Here's 13. I have this right away. I'm going to recognize, oh, this is going to be the product of two binomials, and the bottom is going to be the product of two binomials, and we'll see if somebody goes away. For 10, the multiples of 10, or the factors of 10, 1 times 10 would give me 10, 2 times 5 would give me 10, and it also would give me this here. So I can easily see this is an n plus 2, n plus 5. So I can see I get my 7n from the 2n and the 5n, and 2 times 5 gives me my 10. Now 20, the factors of 20, 1 and 20, that's not going to produce a 12. 2 times 10, up, that's what's going to do it. Notice because that's 2n, 10n, so that's 12n, which is what we have, and 2 times 10 is the 20. Now notice the n plus 2 here and n plus 2 here. Whatever we plug in for n, that number and that number are going to be the same, so they cross off. I can't do anything here. So this simply becomes n plus 5 over n plus 10. Now if I got to plug a number in, would you rather, let's say the number's 1. Let's say we want to evaluate this when n is 1. Do you want to plug 1 in here, or would you rather plug 1 in here and get, 6 11ths? Because 1 plus 5 is 6, 1 plus 10 is 11. 6 11ths, I can get it very quickly. That's much easier than plugging it in here and then simplifying. So that's what this is, nothing more than this. This is much simpler, so we've simplified it. However, we've crossed n plus 2 off down here. We have to state the restriction of what n can't be. Because notice if n came in here to be a negative 2, that would have created a 0 here, and we can never divide by a 0. So we have to make the statement that n was never allowed to be negative 2. This is equal to this as long as n cannot be negative 2. Now people can see I don't really need to put n can't be negative 10 because it's sort of obvious if they try to put negative 10 in here, it's not going to work. But if they're working and somebody's simplifying a big long equation and they say, oh, it just goes to this, people are like, oh, well, I'll just plug in n as whatever. Oh, I'll plug in n as 3. I'll plug in n as 5. And they might try to plug in n as negative 2, not realizing that it was never allowed. Because if you plug negative 2 into this equation up here, you're going to get undefined. Because you're going to get a 0 in the bottom here if you try to plug in a negative 2. So it's important to write this restriction each time.